The election is over, and my political videos will, of course, continue like I promised. And my first one regarding Obama is, before he even takes office, is his choice of Chief of Staff, Rahm Emanuel. And I'm going to read you some excerpts here from an article written by Joshua Frank. Let me just launch right into it. Basically, Obama's key White House position will go to Representative Rahm Emanuel of Illinois. While Emanuel knows his way around the corridors of Washington, qualifying him in the traditional sense, this alone doesn't mean that he's the guy you want drawing up Obama's policy papers day after day. For starters, Emanuel is a shameless neoliberal. You can put in parentheses actually neoconservative, because he has ties to those people also. They're kind of interlinked, by the way, with close ties to the Democratic Leadership Council. And without Emanuel, Bill Clinton would not have been able to thrust NAFTA down the throats of environmentalists and labor in the mid-1990s. Of course, during the course of his career, Emanuel made it a point to cozy up to big business, making him one of the most effective corporate fundraisers in the Democratic Party. He is also a staunch advocate of Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories. You know, his views and his connections to AIPAC are actually well known. Emanuel's shining moment came in 2006 as he helped funnel money and poured ground support into the offices of dozens of conservative Democrats, expanding his party's control of the House of Representatives. Emanuel, who supports the war on terror and expanding our presence in Afghanistan, worked hard to ensure that a Democratic House majority would not alter the course of U.S. military objectives in the Middle East. In short, Rahm Emanuel is not only a poor choice for Obama's Chief of Staff, he's one of the least progressive picks he could have made. While he may have decent views on abortion, tax policy, and Social Security, Emanuel's broader vision is more of the same: war and corporate dominance. And my commentary to that would also be that Emanuel is basically a bully. He's a strong man. He's known for his outbursts and non-civil conversations regarding his opponents. So basically, I guess we have a new John Bolton entering into the sphere of the White House now. Pick of Treasury Secretary, it's still out there, for arguably the most important position that Obama will be appointing. The president-elect may well pick the economist Paul Volcker, former chairman of the Federal Reserve under Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan. Volcker is one of Obama's closest economic advisors. During the late 70s and 80s, Volcker, in an attempt to cut inflation, dramatically raised interest rates, which helped the elite maintain value in their assets, but strangled the working class as credit dried up. In his book, A Brief History of Neoliberalism, David Harvey writes that Volcker personified one of the key facets of the neoliberal era. Volcker engineered a draconian shift in monetary policy. The long-standing commitment in the U.S. liberal democratic state to the principles of the New Deal, which meant broadly Keynesian fiscal and monetary policies with full employment as a key objective, was abandoned in favor of a policy designed to quell inflation, no matter what the consensus might be for employment. And today, by the way, today the employment figures just came in. We have lost over 1.2 million jobs just during this year alone in our economy. Another potential pick, of course, is Robert Rubin, who served under Clinton in the same position and is currently the director and senior counselor of Citigroup. Rubin played a key role in abetting another neoliberal objective, deregulation. Where Volcker was hung up on economic austerity, Rubin pushed for more deregulatory policies that ended up shifting jobs in entire industries overseas. So essentially, this is what we're facing here. He also pushed for the elimination of the Glass-Steagall Act, and it just goes on and on. Well, we all knew this wasn't going to be an easy job. Robert Rubin is actually partially responsible for supporting the policies which have pushed us to the brink of this great recession. Now, the job of Defense Secretary is still out. We don't know yet whether he's going to keep Gates on or what. But there might be also the choice of Richard Holbrooke, which is being mentioned, and I'll have to get into that a little bit later in another video, because I don't know how long this video is running here, but I'm probably running out of time. So there's more to come. As I said, the struggle does continue. We have to keep vigilant. The Obama campaign will not be able to keep its promises to the people because, well, for one thing, the money isn't there, and for another thing, it is a very center-right position to begin with, and it doesn't bode well from what I'm hearing here now today. And as I said before, I still think it was a more sensible choice to make than McCain and Palin. But that doesn't mean that we're going to let this next administration off the hook. Not at all. We're just getting started. Good night.